so close to starting. Okay, hello Bookish friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi, and today we are doing my very first fall 2023 book release video. So as you saw from the very beginning, I was kindly interrupted immediately from Louis, and then I realized I wasn't wearing my cozy shirt. I put the decal a little too low. I should have brought it up a little bit more, but it basically says, "Hocus Pocus, I need coffee to focus." And this decal is from Cotswold & Co. I bought the transfer, bought a blank tee, and used my own heat press. So we're not having coffee, but I am trying the Kim-Aid energy drink from Milani, so let's try it together on camera. Oh my god, that is fantastic. Oh my god, go Kim K. All right, anyways, let's get into the video. So today I'm going to talk about 11 books that are releasing between the months of September and November, and these are all the fall reads that I want to get to when they publish. A lot of them are in September, but I think we can do it. I'm almost positive we can do it. I lied, I had a book on here twice, so I think there's, oh my lord, I am a hot mess in this video. And I found most of these books either from knowing about them already through like the book community, or I googled 2023 fall book releases and found them that way. Sorry, I am like messing with my hair. So I found them that way, and I read through a ton of books that were on this list to see which ones I would like personally be interested in. Disclaimer, this does not mean I am wishing away summer at all. I am actually nowhere near ready for summer to be away. I love fall, don't get me wrong. I love all the cozy vibes, but when fall comes, that means winter is shortly after, and I live in upstate New York, and winter sucks. I hate snow, so this is not me wishing away fall. Don't get your hopes up. Okay, so we have 10 books to talk about that are releasing in the fall months. So let's just dive right into them. I'm gonna move over so I can put the book covers here. The first book I have is The Library of Shadows by Rachel Moore. This is releasing on September 5th. Louie! This dog is gonna kill me. So I have my iPad here, don't mind me. So The Library of Shadows, honestly, this cover kind of gives me like Harry Potter vibes. I don't know if it's just me, like kind of giving me those vibes. So it says, Radcliffe Prep, the third most haunted school in the country, where a student disappearance isn't uncommon and no one dares stay in the library after dark. An Estee Logano enrolls with the hopes of finding her dead father. Not literally, of course. She doesn't believe in ghosts. Going to her dad's school just seems like her best hope at figuring out who he was. But then Estee meets Mateo, who is maybe, probably, definitely a real ghost, and an annoying one at that. When Mateo frames Estee for the theft of a rare book from the library's secret spire and then vanishes, Estee will have to track him down or risk being expelled and leaving Radcliffe early just like her father did. Except following her father's footsteps might be more dangerous than Estee ever anticipated. As she investigates the library with secret passageways, hidden tunnels, and haunted halls, she learns that the student disappearances aren't just a myth, and if she isn't careful, she will be next. Does that not sound like a cozy, spooky, like, ghost story? Like, I love that, and I love this cover. Like, I think it's just so, like, cozy and cute, and I don't know, maybe it's the uniform on the girl that's giving me all the Harry Potter vibes. Her little logo looks like Gryffindor, so I'm just saying. But that just sounds amazing, where this girl goes to, like, a haunted school and tries to figure out what happened to her dad and then gets stuck in her own little story. So that one sounds amazing, and it will definitely be read. I'm gonna try to get as many of these either on my Kindle or the audiobooks through my library, so I don't have to buy all these, but you know what? It is what it is. If I like the cover enough, I will buy it. Okay, the next book is actually 19 Steps by Millie Bobby Brown, and if you know anything about me, I love Stranger Things, so I love Millie Bobby Brown. And when I heard that she was writing a book, I was like, it's either gonna be really freaking good or it's gonna absolutely suck. So we're gonna have to find out for ourselves. This book releases on September 12th, and the synopsis says, it's 1942, and London remains under constant threat of enemy attack as the Second World War rages on. In the Benthall Green neighborhood, Nellie Morris counts every day lucky that she emerges from the underground shelters unharmed, her loving family still surrounding her. 3 years into the war, she's grateful to hold on to remnants of normalcy. Her job is assisting the mayor and nights spent at the local pub with her best friend. But after a chance encounter with Ray, an American airman stationed nearby, Nellie becomes enchanted with the idea of a outer world. Just when Nellie begins to embrace an exciting new life with Ray, a terrible incident occurs during an air raid one evening, and the consequences are catastrophic. As the truth about the night is revealed, Nellie's world is torn apart. When it seems all hope is lost, Nellie finds that, against all odds, love and happiness can triumph. It's kind of like a historical fiction, but like maybe with a little bit of thrills in there. I kind of love this cover, but also don't really like, it does nothing for me. Like, I think it's cute, but I don't know. We shall see. I don't know how Millie Bobby Brown is going to be as an author, but I either have really high hopes or I think it's going to suck, so. We shall see. On Goodreads though, right now it has a 4.0 rating, so that's pretty good for a brand new author. Okay. The next book that I want to read is Playing the Witch Card by KJ Della Antonia. I might be butchering that. This also releases on September 12th. I love this cover. This is going to be a cozy fantasy, I think, like a cozy witch story, and I'm very pumped about it. This one says Gilmore Girls meets practical magic in the latest novel, blah blah blah. This is the story of one woman's Halloween homecoming to the town where she swore off magic and where she must reclaim it in order to create the life she desires and protect everyone she loves from an unexpected threat. She gave up on magic, but magic didn't give up on her. 2 exes, one misbehaving mother, surprising magic. Perfect recipe for Halloween chaos. Flair Hardwick knows the deal. Magic is real, love isn't, and relying on others ends in disaster. She's seen the havoc, romance, and witchcraft wreaked on her mother's life. And I literally had to put him in this room and close the door so he won't go barking. But I'm sure he still freaking will. Okay, anyways. She's seen the havoc, romance, and witchcraft wreaked on her mother's life, and Flair swore off all of it long ago, after the boy she thought was her destiny ditched her. But then her strictly no magic life falls apart, and Flair inherits her grandmother's home and bakery in Kansas. When the cookies, Flair decorates as tarot cards and leaves the magic of the family deck she stole as a child, luring Flair's mother to town, tempting Flair. This is a confusing thing. I'm gonna not do all that. This description, it's just like a lot of short sentences, and I don't know. But it seems like a really cute witchy read, where the girl apparently swears off magic, then goes back and has to do magic and probably falls in love. So, and this again is releasing September 12th. The next book I want to read is actually the 4th book in a manga series I am reading, which never thought I would be a manga girly and want to continue reading it. But that is Killing Stalking Deluxe Edition Volume 4 by Kugi. I'm still not sure how to pronounce that name. I should probably figure it out. This one, it says Min Jun's body has been found and it's all over the news. Officer Yang Sungbei immediately begins to hunt down every lead he can, disregarding the risks of that hunt at every turn. When Oh Sang-woo takes Yoon Bum to his part-time job, the officer makes a bold move. What happens when he follows Yoon Bum into the bathroom to question him? So if you don't know anything about this series, it's somewhere in here. Right here, these 2 books. And I have the 3rd one that I read this month in August. But this series is wild. Starts by following Yoon Bum, who is like obsessed with Sang-woo, and then like breaks into his house and realizes that this guy is an actual psychopath. And basically shit just goes wrong the entire time. Like the entire time. Nothing ever goes right. And this Sang-woo is an absolute psychopath. But the 4th edition is coming out on, I didn't even tell you the date, did I? Louis has me flustered with all of his freaking barking. So this comes out September 26th. And I am very excited to read this because the last one was probably the most wild one, Volume 3, and I literally just cannot wait to see where this goes. The next book is The Witches of Bone Hill by Ava Morgan. This also comes out, I'm gonna kill this dog. This also comes out September 26th. Again, I'm pretty sure this is another just witchy cozy read. It says Cordelia Bone's meticulous crafted life and her career in Dallas are crashing down around her thanks to a philandering husband with criminal debts. When her older carefree sister, a cannabis grower in Boulder, calls to inform her their great aunt they never met has died and they must travel to a small town in Connecticut to deal with the estate, she sees an opportunity to unload the house and save herself. But once there, the sisters learn they are getting much more than they bargained for. The Victorian mansion they stand to inherit is bound in destiny trust. In a dynasty trust controlled by their late aunt's aging attorney who insists they inhabit the house and retain it but keeps them in the dark about the peculiar rituals of their ancestors. Not to mention a sexy tattooed groundskeeper with a shrouded past who refuses to leave the carriage house in a crypt full of dead relatives looming up at the property line. As both women grapple with their current predicament, they come face to face with a haunting family secret, the truth of what happened to their mother, and the enemy that's been stalking them from the shadows for generations. In a twisting torrent of terror and blood, the sisters must uncover the power within to heal their fractured relationship, reverse the mysteriously declining health, and claim the lineage they wanted to escape but now must embrace to survive at Bone Hill. Okay, so maybe that's not cozy. Maybe that's just a straight up like witchy thriller. I'm down for it. Okay, the next book I actually have a physical copy of because the author and publisher were kind enough to send me an early copy. I feel like you can hear him panting. If I let you out of here, will you stop being annoying? My lord, I am so sorry for all these freaking interruptions. Kids, man. Anyways, the publisher and author were kind enough to send me an early copy, and this book is What Became of Magic by Paige Crutcher. Talk about this cover really quick. How freaking beautiful. I'm obsessed with like the citrusy font and then like the neon pink stuff. Oh, so cute. And I love that it's kind of like illustrated with like the little bottle candles book. So freaking cute. So this book is a fiction romance paranormal. Aline Ware, a witch who can talk to ghosts, has kept her talents hidden ever since a disastrous middle school slumber party, choosing to be invisible and use her powers in secret to help lost souls reunite the keys to send them home. All the while, she finds solace in a bookstore and 3 mysterious women who run it, until Aline discovers the Book of Mischief and her powers are enchanted. Living a solitary life until the age of 30, Aline's life takes an unexpected turn when the wrong, or perhaps right, person witnesses her using her powers, and she is invited to a town that doesn't exist on any map. Arriving in Matchstick, Aline learns a lost magic that desperately needs to be found, and only her unique powers can do it. But what she's not told is that magic is a person, one that is dangerous and seductive and has been waiting for a witch with powers like hers for centuries. So this is like a witchy thriller, and I'm so excited for this. Like, this just sounds so cozy and fun. Dazzling new voice in fantasy, enthralling and lyrical, fans of fantasy and relationship fiction, blah, blah, blah. So I am so excited to read this. This is probably gonna be one of the first books I read, obviously, because I already have it, but I'm pretty sure it's like August, what is it? August 22nd right now. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be one of the next books I read. So by the time you see this, I may have read it already. So actually, no, that's not true. I'm posting this video on Thursday, which is like August 26th. I will not have read this by then, but I'm so excited to read this, and thank you again to Paige Crutcher and St. Martin's Griffin Press for sending me this. We are now in the month of October. Oh my God, Lord, I've been recording for 17 minutes. Half of that time has been spent yelling at Louis for freaking making noise. Next book comes out October 17th, and this is The Unmaking of June Pharaoh by Adrienne Young. I read Spells for Forgetting by this author last fall and loved it. Like, the vibes were just immaculate. Like, it was kind of like a contemporary fiction fantasy, like not really fantasy, but like the island that these people lived on had like a magical element to it. So I have a feeling that this book is going to be pretty much the same. Small mountain town of Jasper, North Carolina, June Pharaoh is waiting for fate to find her. The Pharaoh women are known for their thriving flower farm and the mysterious curse that has plagued their family line. The whole town remembers the madness that led to Suzanne Pharaoh's disappearance, leaving June to be raised by her grandmother and haunted by rumors. It's been a year since June started seeing and hearing things that weren't there. Faint wind chimes, a voice calling her name, and a mysterious door appearing out of nowhere. The signs of what June always knew was coming. But June is determined to end the curse once and for all, even if she must sacrifice finding love and having a family of her own. After her grandmother's death, June discovers a series of cryptic clues regarding her mother's decade-old disappearance, except they only lead to more questions. But could the door she once assumed was a hallucination be the answer she's been searching for? The next time it appears, June realizes she can touch it and walk past the threshold. And when she does, she embarks on a journey that will not only change the past and the future, but also uncover the lingering mysteries of her small town and entangle her heart in an epic star-crossed love. That sounds fantastic. Like, literally so good. The vibe seems super spooky, and I can't wait. I also love this cover. Covers are just so simple, but also so like magical and like make you feel the vibe of the book. So I am so excited to read this, and I don't want to wait till October 17th to read it, but it is what it is. This is probably one that I will buy because I love this cover. I have a feeling this is probably going to be October's Book of the Month pick because I'm pretty sure I got Spells for Forgetting from Book of the Month, so wishful thinking. Okay, the next book is Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig, and this comes out October 19th. I need to read the first book in the series to be able to read this one, but that's one of my goals for this, is to have the first book, which is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. I hope to have this read by then. I'm pretty sure I will. That won't be an issue. But Beth Spindle needs more than luck. Stay safe in the eerie mist-locked kingdom of Blunder. She needs a monster. She calls him the Nightmare, an ancient mercurial spirit trapped in her head. He protects her, he keeps her secrets. A maiden must unleash the monster within to save her kingdom in this dark, lush, gothic fantasy debut. So, I don't really know what this is about, but I know I want to read it and I can't wait. I don't even want to read the summary of the second one because I don't want to ruin it for myself, but I'm going to read this one first and then I will read this one next. When it comes out, I should say, in October. I will have that done before that, mark my words. The last two books are also second books in series, and the first one is Iron Flame by Miss Rebecca Yarros. This obviously is coming out November 7th. Everybody and their mother knows what this book is about, so I'm not gonna bore you to death with it, but if you haven't read Fourth Wing, Fourth Wing is the first book that comes before this one, and Fourth Wing is basically about these group of teens that become dragon riders, and they have to do all these crazy things and basically risk their life every day to become a dragon rider. And it's about like this whole like community that like you choose to be, go to the scribe quadrants and do like history. There's two other ones that I just can't remember right now off the top of my head, and then obviously the writer's quadrant. This is fantasy, it's romance, it's everything. So I don't know what the second one is about, but the first one, Fourth Wing, ends on such a cliffhanger that I literally was like, what the hell, like now I have to wait for this? Like that's BS. This has a 4.72 star rating on Goodreads and it hasn't even freaking come out. That's crazy. Then Riordan expected Violet Sorrengail to die her first year at Bisgayath War College. I have no idea how to pronounce that, so don't judge me. My camera just cut me off because I was talking for too long. Threshing was the only first impossible test meant to weed out the weak-illed, the unworthy, and the unlucky. Now the real training begins, and Violet's already wondering how she'll get through. It's not just that it's grueling and maliciously brutal, or even that it's designed to stretch the writer's capacity for pain beyond endurance. It's the new vice commandant who's made it his personal mission to teach Violet exactly how powerless she is, unless she betrays the man she loves. Although Violet's body might be weaker and frailer than everybody else's, she still has her wits and a will of iron. And leadership is forgetting the most important lesson Bisgayath has taught her. Dragon riders make their own rules, but a determination to survive won't be enough this year, because Violet knows the real secret hidden for centuries, and nothing, not even dragonfire, may be enough to save them in the end. Dun dun dun. Yeah, I literally can't wait to read this. I read Fourth Wing, I don't even remember when, and literally was obsessed with it. I know like some people didn't like it, but I just don't get it. Like I loved it. The spice was fantastic, which I was not expecting it to be as spicy as it was, but hey, I'll take it. Okay. The last book is probably the one I'm most excited for because I read the first book, or well, I read the first book that came out in this series last year and loved it. And this book is Bookshops and Bone Dust by Travis Baldree, and the first book is, I have it here somewhere, whatever, I can't find it, Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. Bone Dust and Bookshops is like the prequel to it, so it's basically taking Viv and showing you how she got to be in this book, Legends and Lattes. If you don't know what Legends and Lattes is, it's a cozy fantasy, like literally the coziest fantasy ever. And it's about this, I don't really know what Viv is. It says she's an orc. I don't know what that means, but okay. So Viv, this orc, is known for like her fighting abilities and being really good in war and being like a death master pretty much. And she realizes she wants to leave that life behind. She wants to go to this small, cute little quaint village and teach like everybody in that village what coffee is. And she ends up meeting up with somebody that works with her. She gets a baker, all these other friends, and they kind of just create this little community based in this coffee shop. There's really not much action besides like her making all these friendships, but there's just something about this Travis Baldree's writing that just makes you so like, you feel like you're getting a warm hug. That's like the only way I can describe it. So Bookshops and Bone Dust is obviously the prequel to Legends and Lattes. So it says, when an injury throws a young battle-hungry orc off her chosen path, she may find that what we need isn't always what we seek. Viv's career with the notorious mercenary company Rackham's Ravens isn't going as planned. Wounded during the hunt for a powerful necromancer, she's packed off against her will to recuperate in the sleepy beach town of Merk, so far from the action that she worries she'll never be able to return to it. What's a thwarted soldier of fortune to do? Spending her hours at the bookshop in the company of its foul-mouthed proprietor is the last thing Viv would have predicted, but it may be both exactly what she needs and the seed of changes she couldn't possibly imagine. Still, a venture isn't that far away. A suspicious traveler in gray, a gnome with a chip on her shoulder, a summer fling, and an improbable number of skeletons prove Merk to be more eventful than Viv could have ever expected. It's basically how she comes to this cute little village in Legends and Lattes, so I cannot wait to read that. Those are the 10 books that are releasing in the month of September, October, and November, my fall 2023 releases. That I literally cannot wait to read. I have some reading to do prior to some of these coming out, and I know that, but I can't wait to get all of these books in my possession. If I can't get the book through my library, like on my Kindle or audiobook, I will buy the book. I'm just one of those people. I clearly like having books and owning them, so it is what it is. If you like this kind of video, make sure you let me know, and I can do these for pretty much every season if you guys like them. Make sure you like this video. Leave a comment with what book you are most excited to read in the fall months. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a video. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.